What if I told you there's a car small enough to be carried by one person? Or maybe a car so aerodynamic it looks like it belongs in the future, even though it was built in the 1930s. And wait, we haven't even talked about the one that drives under the ocean yet. If your definition of a car stops at 4 wheels and a steering wheel, you're about to have your mind completely blown. These are the unique, bizarre, and utterly unforgettable vehicles the mainstream forgot. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're shifting gears, literally, and exploring the absolute oddities of automotive history. These weren't necessarily mainstream hits, but they were engineering marvels, design catastrophes, or simply brilliant ideas way ahead of their time. We've meticulously researched the forgotten corners of motoring to bring you 10 unique cars from around the world that very few people actually know about. Grab your popcorn, buckle up, and let's start small. Really, really small. Starting off our list is the legendary Peel P50. Hailing from the Isle of Man, this isn't just a small car, it holds the Guinness World Record for the smallest production car ever made. Imagine commuting in a vehicle that is only 54 inches long and 39 inches wide. It has one headlight, one door, and crucially, only 3 wheels. Originally marketed as being able to fit one adult and a shopping bag, the P50 completely redefined minimalist travel. But the real kicker? It famously lacked a reverse gear. If you needed to turn around or park in a tight spot, you literally had to get out, grab the handle on the back, and manually lift and drag the 130-pound car yourself. This bizarre practicality is exactly why it's become such a legendary collector's item today, proving that sometimes less really is ridiculous. Next up, we travel back to post-WW2 Germany to find the Messerschmitt KR200, often called the bubble car. If the name Messerschmitt sounds familiar, that's because the company was primarily known for manufacturing aircraft. After the war, restrictions on aircraft production forced them to pivot, resulting in this truly unique road vehicle. The KR200 looks less like a car and more like a fighter jet cockpit strapped to 3 wheels. The 2 occupants sat in tandem, one behind the other, and entry was via a canopy that hinged open to the side, exactly like an airplane. This gave the driver fantastic visibility, but imagine trying to park in the rain. The whole cockpit had to swing open. Despite its quirky design, it was a huge success in the microcar market, symbolizing ingenious adaptation in challenging times. Moving from microcars to aerodynamic mastery, let's look at the Czech marvel, the Tatra T87. Built between 1936 and 1950, this vehicle looks impossibly futuristic for its time. It was the brainchild of Hans Ledwinka and was obsessed with aerodynamic efficiency. The T87 features a dramatic sloping body, covered rear wheels, and its most recognizable feature, a massive dorsal fin extending from the roof down to the tail. This fin wasn't just for aesthetics, it was essential for maintaining stability, given the car's unusual air-cooled V8 engine placement directly over the rear axle. While it was incredibly fast and efficient for its era, the handling was notoriously tricky. Many German officers driving Tatras during World War II reportedly crashed them fatally on sharp corners, earning it the dark nickname, the Czech secret weapon. Truly a testament to design over cautious road manners. The BMW Isetta is perhaps one of the most recognizable bubble cars, yet many today don't realize its unique entry system. This car literally opens from the front. To save space and simplify construction during its 1950s production run, the entire front fascia, including the steering column and dashboard, was hinged and swung open like a refrigerator door. This was practical for curbside parking, as drivers could step directly out onto the pavement. However, there was a major design flaw. If you had a front-end collision, your only exit was through the fabric sunroof. The Isetta was instrumental in keeping BMW afloat during a tough period, proving that sometimes desperation breeds the most unforgettable innovation. It's a hilarious piece of history, and the reason we sometimes call microcars fridge cars. Jumping ahead to a car that was arguably the ancestor of the modern minivan, the Stout Scarab. Built in the 1930s, this was a project by William B. Stout, an aircraft designer. He applied aircraft-inspired unit construction principles to create a car that was revolutionary in its use of interior space. The engine was placed in the back, similar to the Tatra, which allowed for an interior that truly felt like a living room. We're talking about swiveling chairs, a fold-down table, and an incredibly spacious cabin, all wrapped up in a streamlined beetle-like shell, hence the name Scarab. It was one of the first cars to ditch running boards and embrace a monocoque body. Unfortunately, its high price tag, equivalent to several contemporary luxury cars, meant only 9 were ever built. It failed commercially, but its concepts are directly visible in every minivan and modern electric vehicle platform today. Speaking of three-wheelers, few are as famously infamous as the Reliant Robin. Produced primarily in the UK from the 1970s to the early 2000s, this lightweight fiberglass car was often affectionately, or sarcastically, called the plastic pig. Because it only had 3 wheels, it was legally considered a motorcycle in many jurisdictions, making it cheaper to tax and insure, and often allowing it to be driven on a motorcycle license. This affordability led to its widespread adoption. However, that single wheel in the front caused legendary stability issues, especially when cornering or loaded improperly. Thanks largely to popular culture, particularly shows like Top Gear, the Reliant Robin is now globally recognized less for its fuel efficiency and more for its tendency to theatrically roll over, becoming the butt of countless vehicular jokes. Now, let's talk about a car that breaks the rules of physics, the rinspeed squba. If you thought the Peel P50 was impractical, try driving this one to the supermarket. The Squba is a genuine, fully submersible automobile. Inspired by the Lotus Esprit in the James Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me, Rinspeed engineered this vehicle to drive on land and then transition seamlessly into a submarine. It's battery-powered and propelled underwater by powerful electric jets. While the occupants stay exposed to the water, requiring scuba gear or an oxygen tank, the car is functional down to about 10 meters. It proves that the craziest concepts from fiction can, in fact, be brought to life. The Squba is less about daily driving and more about demonstrating the absolute peak of what unconventional automotive innovation can achieve. From cars that fit in your closet to ones that swim with the fishes, the history of the automobile is filled with designers who dare to look beyond the status quo. These unique cars remind us that innovation often means embracing the weird, the impractical, and sometimes the simply bizarre. They weren't just cars, they were experiments in living, engineering challenges, and sometimes desperate solutions to unique problems. Hopefully, this journey into the unknown corners of motoring has given you a newfound appreciation for the unconventional. Which of these unique vehicles surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite strange car. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. We'll see you in the next deep dive.